that slow here.
Hello, hello, hello. Thanks for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. Today we will cover the Vatican and a couple of the do dirties that's involved in this child pedophilia ring. Marlon is crazy. I don't know what's wrong with him. Hello, thanks for tuning in. Too strong with too strong is always better than one. Today we are going to tackle the Mister, the Pope, the do dirty Pope, and the do dirty Miss Mother Teresa and their involvement in the child pedophilia and amongst other things. And I want to be transparent. Marlon was laughing at me because he know I'm still sleepy and I'm trying to wake up. But it's all right. We're gonna get through this. We got some really, really good information for you. But and for the record, we may do another one and talk about Mother Teresa being Dr. Fauci's daddy or
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Fauci's mother, or whichever one it
Mother.
may be.
Mm-hmm.
No, I remember what I said about the daddy is we gotta look into that too.
Yeah, we
Um,
do. We do got to look into
it's
it.
it's more to it. I mean, we know the basis of it, but we want to dig, and really get grimy with it and get in there because this stuff is telling. You know what I'm saying? It's terrible. But let's get in there and handle this show today. So please, you guys, do us a favor and like and share this video, like and share this video so we can get that algorithm moving and get as many people in the room as possible. For those of you that are watching from Facebook, it would be really good if you would click one of the buttons in the comment section. It's all over and come to our YouTube channel as we may leave Facebook soon. So you don't want to get cut off in the middle of the show. So it would be really nice if you would click one of the buttons, the YouTube buttons, links in there with the symbol in there that says too strong and switch over to the YouTube channel because this is where we like to be. But we knew that a lot of people may be interested that don't normally come. So we posted it there to get you over here. So please click that button and because we're going to leave Facebook at any given time. So click the button and go over to YouTube and watch us from there. All right. Thank you very much. So what's up downtown, Marlon Brown? What's
Uh,
good for the day?
man, I'm good. I'm really good. This has been a topic that I think both of us have been kind of interested in doing for a long time. Um, but timing is everything, and I'm glad we get a chance to break this down.
That's what's up, man. So I know that going through the things that we want to talk about, and we're gonna be very strategic here today, ladies and gentlemen. So the first thing that we're gonna discuss is the symbolism, and just check it out. It's really wild. Like it's really wild. Want to pull some of oh, you got it right. You need me to pull it up or you got it?
I got it. I got them ready, bro.
Let's get it.
Yeah, yeah. So, um, Corey and I split up duties this time on instead of what we normally do is that we both have the topic and we do this pew and we each find something about that topic and then mesh and figure out. This time we said, "You got that? Yeah, I got this. Good." And what we came back to the table with was what's the best word to describe this? Mind-boggling, to
Yeah.
say the least. It was mind-boggling.
Or unamazing.
Yeah, and some of the things we kind of knew, but some of the things I couldn't we couldn't believe it, but we do now.
Shocking. Well,
Very shocking.
especially the one that remember you called me and said,
Mhm.
I'm finna send you some pictures. I think it's this one. No, not yeah,
This
that
this
one
this is
too.
one
Yeah.
of them. Yeah, this is one of them.
And it's crazy because I didn't see it at first. I'm like, okay, I see this and I see that, but I didn't see that. And it's crazy. That's nuts. That's
So
nuts, man.
so number one, um, they're supposed to be representing Jesus and God and biblical things that are good, and then you look at their um, building. For those who are not as intuitive in seeing a picture, I'll help you out a little bit. Um, the frame of this building is almost exactly like that of a snake's head. And if you think it's coincidental, Wait a minute, you'll see some more stuff. And we'll be getting to exactly what we mean by this. But you see the snake's head there, the eye, and then you have the shape of the head going to the tapered face. Now, that being fine, that'd be okay if that was as far as they went. Um, but they decided to go, I guess, a step further is what I would say. I would say a step further, and then they go and do this inside of the building.
Excuse me for that. I thought I hit the click button.
You didn't. No, I'm just kidding. Now this is looking down while you're seated listening to the so-called Pope, Mr. Poop. And you're looking at it, and now you can clearly see the two eyes of the snake, the fangs up front, and the Pope sits right dead center of the snake's head. Now, if I'm trying to exemplify God, the last thing I'm going to use is the symbol of the serpent that deceived man. Not
I
quite
can't.
sure why.
I can't believe they sitting up in there, man. I can't believe it. It's unreal to me.
And I know some people might say, "Well, we know all this. We know." Yes, yes. Most people probably do. I would give you that. The
I
problem is
I know
the problem.
already. I know.
Yeah, the problem is not everybody does. And then you have people that will sit in there with this over them. I'll blow this up just a little so you can see something here. Now, if you've ever watched a snake's eye, you'll realize something of what they're trying to show you. And this is the other part to it, that this whole Illuminati idea, the all-seeing eye, upside down things. And then they have the eye staring across the congregation while the Pope is sitting as you're listening to him as though you're worshiping him and listening to Satan in essence. And don't forget that hat on his head, a Dagon representative. So it's all of it is a pagan archetype. The worst and most egregious one of all, while you're in this particular location, though, is the so-called statue that's behind the Pope. A disfigured statue of Jesus, they say, coming out of hell, except that he's rising out of hell with hell. I'm not quite sure um, how he does that, if he's trying to leave it behind him. This disgusting picture that he has behind him is of bodies and animals and spirits, and a disfigured face of Jesus behind the Pope, who is sitting with all his regalia on a throne. A throne. Now, for those of us who are biblically inclined, we know that God made us our own priesthood, which means we can go to God directly, which is why we don't need that guy sitting in front of everybody there. Um, my problem with the Pope is this: he pretends to be the voice of God while ignoring a whole bunch of ill things happening within the Catholic Church, namely pedophilia. We've heard about this from multiple sources. Uh, I'm not quite sure how many people are aware, but since about 2002, the number of accusations range anywhere from, listen to this number, 1,700 to 5,200 accusations of known priests committing pedophilia towards their congregation. I'm going to say that number again, 1,700 to 5,200, and that's the low end of the number that's been reported. None of them have been outlandishly, what would it be the word, reprimanded by the Vatican. Some of them been sainted. One in particular, we'll get to that person in a minute. Slow my roll there on that one. But the number is astronomical. If I ran a business, a daycare, let's say I ran a daycare, and from 2002 till now, 5,200 people told me, or 5,200 accusations against priests came to me, or daycare people came to me. You think I'm going to stay open? Would I stay open? No, I'd be shut down, and my entire it wouldn't even take 10.
And unless what?
Shh, 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 shh. Unless you approve of it.
Yeah.
You would have to be approving of all of this for it to happen. Now, people might say, well, the Pope, yes, he does approve. Name one time you've heard the Pope come out and talk down about it. I'll wait. I'll wait for somebody to tell me the one time that the Pope did that. Any of them. And any at all. In fact, I would go so far as to say that they not only don't say anything, they revere it. It's a pretty strong statement, I know. Yeah, you sound like you want to say something.
Who talking about me?
Yeah, you.
Oh no! Wow, how'd you catch that, man? Oh, you read me back? No, actually, there was a time where he acted like he was
Yeah, he
speaking
won't go and
against.
say something. He didn't do nothing.
Huh? Yeah, he acted like he was faking. But he approves of it. And one another thing I was just thinking while you was talking is shame on the Pope, low down, dirty, rotten, do dirty. But what's even more alarming to me is that all the other do dirties that's sitting right there in the audience watching. And this is why I say that the spirit of God is so powerful. Now, this is my first time seeing this picture today because I wasn't big on the Vatican. Merlin know way more about that than I do. Um, so when I saw this picture, the only thing that I thought I was thinking is, would I find myself sitting down in a
Mm.
room that looked like that? And I'm talking about even if I didn't know nothing about the symbols. And my answer is no, because the Spirit of God alone will tell you stop and exit immediately. How do you sit there in front of that? It just, listen, it just don't feel right. The Spirit of God is so important, and this is why I tell people when I tell them to quit putting the Bible in front of the Spirit of God. Now I know a lot of y'all offended by this, but just hear me out. It will tell you, it will hunt you and say, no, get out of here. This is not right. And that's why we have to not, we cannot forget about it. We cannot ignore it. It's there. So to be able to sit right there in that room, in that whatever you call it, that satanic room, you have to be as evil and as big as a do dirty as the Pope. And that's ridiculous. I don't understand that.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Now the flip side to it is this, okay? So you have um they will speak to you from their Latin Vulgate. And they have all these chants that they're doing. I want to know how many of us are versed in Latin. Don't forget that it was the Catholic Church that hunted and killed people who did not want to keep it within the confines of the papacy to let the people hear. In other words, when people came forward to translate into the common tongue, they were put to death. The reason they do that is to keep control. Now, you look at it and translate it into the way that is now with accusations against them. And the archdiocese has been knowing about a lot of these allegations. This is what they do. Okay. They will take the names of the people accused and make sure that they never get published. This is their motive of operation. Okay. I want you to understand this is how they operate. This is how they go about it. So once they have the people that are involved, they put it under lock and key. They go to the victims and offer them counseling with the counsel of their choosing. They don't ever hear me out. This is per the archdiocese. This is not me. They will make sure that the person that's accused doesn't get his name dragged, but they will take the person that's been abused and counsel them in order to keep them quiet. If you are trying to get rid of an activity that egregious in your body, That is the last thing you would do. You would need to, just some advice for the Pope, get rid of the fools that are abusing children. You're not even putting them through counseling. You're just putting their name under lock and key. You don't want the name published, because if you have the name published, then you'll have to do something. I want someone who is a devout Catholic to explain how that can be something you can get behind. Because again, if you follow them, you should be aware of everything they're doing, especially when it's this blatant. I would think.
You know what I have found with Catholics, Merlin, and I don't know
What?
what everybody else's experience is, and this is, I would like to know if it's just me. I'm a seeker, and I ask questions to people, and I talk, whenever I get a chance. And in fact, I got a guy just recently, and he's a devout Catholic. And so I was asking him, like, what do y'all like really believe? Like, what's going on with it? And he just gave me these they always give me these political answers that don't mean nothing. And have you experienced that? I don't know. I don't understand that.
I have. Okay, so I'll be honest. I stay away from
I,
from
that's because
Catholics.
you know better.
I
you know
I do. I do. For one, they're some of the most stubborn people you'll ever meet.
what you know what with me, I just be curious because I be trying to think like when I see stuff like this, right? And I'm like, to me, it's just like blatant. It's not a good thing. And so I'm asking because I'm like curious, why are you following this? Or do they even know? And if they don't know, that's bad in itself because the spirit of God is not correcting them. So it's not there, or they're not acknowledging it. So I just was wondering because I can't never get a real answer from these people.
I don't think you'll get one.
Yeah, I guess not.
Um, because remember, they take their cue from that guy sitting in the middle there. If he's silent about it, they're
Yeah.
not going to talk about
And,
it.
and then you know what he doing. Have you peeped his style and what he do, Merlin? This is what he do. He try to act like he's a little bit resistant to what they doing. Oh, we need to change this. We need to change that. We should do it this way now. We should do it that way now. I want to move to a smaller place and all that to try to make himself look good because he know that people are with the devil know that people are starting to wake up. So now honestly, when he first came on the scene, and I've never been interested in being a Catholic, by the way, but I was thinking to myself, I said, oh, okay, maybe he gonna change things around. But all it was all a part of his trick, a part of they scheme, they marketing scheme to say,
Hmm.
for the people that's starting to wake up, they can say, oh no, we should start changing things. But this dude is not changing nothing. He's still sitting there preaching in the devil's chair. And he's a piece of, he's a do
Oh,
dirty.
please do expound how we're blaspheming because we're speaking against your holy father. Please do tell me how I'm blaspheming.
How
I
could
would,
that even be
I,
possible?
I would really love to hear how this is blasphemy. This would be amazing to hear, but we'll keep going on um, to
So
continue this.
okay, so hold on, let me commercial break. All right, so this is our sign because this is what we always get with Facebook.
All the
So
time, isn't it? All
yeah,
the time.
yeah. So for those of you that are watching on Facebook and you're interested in watching, go ahead now and click the YouTube button in the link, and come follow us on YouTube. If you don't happen to see it, the name of the YouTube channel is Too Strong, the number two, and then strong, just like that two right there you see on the screen. It's two and it says strong. Type that in and go to YouTube because we out of here. We done with Facebook for the day. Go
Yeah.
ahead, Marlon.
We done.
Yeah, we done.
Now, proof pudding. This is proof. Okay, we give proof. There was an individual, and this is two different. Okay. This is the heavy one. Okay, both Cora and I are in the middle of trying to parse this one out and see if it's one or two shows. That's this particular section right here, and it's about a certain individual that they canonized and made into the saint. The individual is a female, we think. We think, and we're laughing, but we think so. An individual by the name of Mother Teresa. Now, when I was growing up, I have to admit that I looked up to Mother Teresa. I thought she was doing a great work because we heard a lot about Mother Teresa growing up. Um, but unfortunately, or fortunately, depending how you looked at it, we were privy to some information about Mother Teresa, and many of you are too, about Mother Teresa that really kind of broke me of some things when I found out about her. One of that was that the place that she was heading up as a school was involved in a lot of child trafficking. It led me to go down the rabbit hole of the Vatican underground, how often she took trips to the Vatican, um, what kind of activity she took with her, what she pushed, and both Corey and I came up with this both the view apart from each other, but at the same time that she pushed for people to not have abortions. But when you go back and look at what she did in India, particularly, those kids were never really they never showed up. I'm saying that they never really came to they were born, but not raised. I can say it like that. Um, Only to find out there was a massive accusation at the school that was for her of trafficking, abuse, and sexual exploitation. When I started looking into it, proof positive. When Corey looked into it, proof positive. Um, and it's pretty horrific, especially when you look at the underground of the Vatican. There's one tunnel that's I think 1,500 meters or miles long or something that heads to Jerusalem. But then there are multiple tributaries that go off that have. You can look it up yourself. I'm not going to show the pictures, and there's a reason why. Of skulls, but not adult skulls,
Oh,
petite skulls. Okay, small ones. Um, you have to wonder why. Why are they down there? You can make your own speculation, but I'm gonna, for myself, I've made my determination of what that was. Um, you have kids that you brought over. You've made multiple trips. Kids go missing in the place he came from. I don't know how much else I can break that down for people without saying what I got to say. You know how this goes. Looking into it, Mother Teresa, in my book, from what I can see, and I'm let Corey speak for himself about it, was indeed exactly what they told me she was, which was a trafficker of small children.
absolutely. And also, who is seeming to kind of emulate her in such a similar way? It just hit me as I was sitting here listening to you. Uh, the almighty Oprah Winfrey.
Mm-hmm.
Is Oprah to you? Do you see the similarities here, or am I?
I do. I do. Opening a school. The
Yeah,
school has allegations. You
yeah,
claim to be this wonderful saint helping poor, helping people, help,
yeah.
help, help, help. But you're not helping anybody. Um, she went into her, well, she became a nun later in her days, not young, young. Um, by then, I think she already had that part. I'm not sure of, but you don't just become that way at that age.
Yeah, it's
You
just
have some tendencies before, and I believe that she had that tendency long before she went after purposefully the lower income, the weaker, the one that couldn't fend for themselves, and the one that could not speak for themselves. Um, when like I said, when I found it out, it was heart wrenching because you hear about this lady going around helping these people and helping that person, and you're thinking, oh, she's doing such a great job, only to hear that the people you thought she helped ended up being abused, and not just slightly abused. We're talking about catastrophically abused. And how do you rectify that, knowing that she has now been given sainthood in the one place where there are skulls of children underneath the main building? Uh, I, Again,
yeah.
all I can say is they approve of it. That's the
And
only thing I could think of is that they approve.
you know, this is another question that everybody should raise their eyebrows about. How did, or how are, not did, how are they getting away with that and putting it right in our face? So I know a lot of people in the audience, I know I saw this 4 years ago, I saw this. Okay, we get it. We did too. That's why we talking about it. And it's been going on for years. That's why we're talking about it. But it's the fact that it's been going on for years does not negate the fact that it's still going on today.
Mm-hmm.
And people are still following this stuff. And you have to really wonder what an evil, evil, evil world we live in, that this stuff is still going on. It's all over the internet. All you got to do is type it in, look and find it, and you see it. And it's still going on. Could you imagine? Just, I want to, like, I know this is common sense, but let's just break this down real fast. You're in your house. I don't even want to say the word. I'm gonna make up something else. You in your house doing something illegal. Let's put it that way. And it's all over the internet that you're doing this in your house. Illegally. You got pictures, you got videos, you got dead solid proof in your house, and it's on the internet right now. And you still doing it, and nobody is doing nothing. In fact, what happens is when somebody say, hey, y'all need to go check that out. Look at this. They say, I can't believe you're blaspheming. I can't believe you think that.
Why would you talk about our Lord and Savior, Pope Francis, like that?
Looking right at it. So nobody that has the authority can go take a look, even check on it and take a look to see if it's happening. Do you understand that's how dirty and low down and corrupt this world has become? And it's been this way for years.
Now, your theory holds a lot of water when you consider that people like Epstein were allowed to run rampant for so long.
Yep.
Now, when we talk and say, oh, it's a global thing, we're conspiracy theorists. But when you look at a place like the Vatican that has literally their own autonomous zone set up to do whatever they feel, and not only that, have sway over the entire world's religion system. We are the conspiracy theorists? Okay. If we are the conspiracy guys, explain to me this one, Batman. Okay, just break this one for me down. Okay, I'm gonna show you something right here. Okay, we're gonna get into the next topic because we need to. This is the one that's gonna take me a little bit of time. Okay, this one will take me a little bit of time to break it down, because once you understand it, you ain't never gonna see it the same. You're gonna never see it the same. All right. So Corey, I found the full document. Okay, before they signed it. Now, the Pope. There are many people who love this new Pope. He was talked about as bringing order to Rome, order to the Vatican, as opposed to the other popes before him. Lo and behold, he engages with other world religions to sign a document for a one world religion. I first heard about this in 2018, that it was possible, and I thought, never happened. The Roman Catholic Church would never do anything with the Muslims and others. That's ridiculous. They believe in God. They don't believe in Muhammad. Then I heard more about it in 2019, and then this rumor surfaced that it was signed in 2020, and I was like, impossible. So I called Corey. It's like, you heard about it? He's like, well, I heard something about it. Then we both found the document, like, ain't no way they did. They did indeed sign a one word. Now, I don't know who gave them the power to sign something on my behalf about a one world religion. Like, I don't know who they are to tell people this is what we decide. Who are you to decide that? Like, where'd you get that kind of authority from the same?
Yeah, one religion. So now you got.
No wonder we're blaspheming. I guess that
Right,
makes sense now.
So that's how we become blasphemers.
That's how we become blasphemers.
So again, just to break it down in simple form, that's like taking all the gangs, all the crime organizations, and just putting them into one, and then calling it right,
Right.
and saying this is of God,
No.
because now you feel more powerful. But this is what you thinking. But God got another plan. Y'all gonna put this together, thinking that y'all come in one big force, and you're gonna get blasted as one big force.
One big force. You make it easier for me to find you, God saying, all right, you're in one place now. Perfect. Congregate right there. Let me strike my lightning strike right there.
And we talking about now. Listen to this. How do you take the Catholics and blend them with the Muslims?
Completely opposite things.
That makes no sense. None. So they both are admitting that they are a part of the do dirty system, the do dirty program. Because listen, you cannot take so you got the Muslims, you got the Catholics, you say, and the Catholics are saying, hey, we right. We know that we are doing right. This is the God, the real God, and we're gonna go to heaven and live this, amazing life. And they both feel that way, and they both feel like, and y'all wrong. So the minute you decide to say, you know what, let's merge, y'all both admitting that you're wrong.
Not just that, you have to either admit one has to pick the other to side with, or you pick something completely other and agree on that. And in the end of it, you're deciding what's right, not God.
And you made something up.
You made some, and this is exactly what they did.
So in their mind, this Pope is God, and that's why we
Yeah,
are being accused of blasphemy.
blasphemy. Now, just listen to the first couple of lines here. Faith leads a believer to see in the other brother, a sister, to be supported and loved. That's not what it is, but that's what they're saying. Through faith in God, who has created the universe, creatures, and all human beings equal on account of his mercy, believers are called to express his human fraternity by safeguarding creation and the entire universe and supporting all persons, especially the poorest and those most in need. If you can see where it's going already, hold on, don't jump the gun. Okay. Here goes the big word. This transcendental value served as the starting point for several meetings characterized by a friendly and fraternal atmosphere where we shared the joys, sorrows, and problems of our contemporary world. We did this by considering scientific and technical progress, therapeutic achievements, the digital era, the mass media and communications. We reflected also on the level of poverty, conflict, and suffering that so many brothers and sisters in different parts of the world as a consequence of the arms race, social injustice, corruption, inequality, moral decline, terrorism, discrimination, extremism, and many other causes. If you can see the general root is humanism, congratulations, you have found them out. They have now circled everything away from God and on to man. In conclusion, because if you want to see this, you need to see the whole thing, but this is the end. This declaration may constitute an invitation to reconciliation and fraternity among all believers, indeed among believers and non-believers, and among all people of goodwill.
They said it.
You catch that?
Oh yeah, they said it. It's right
They
in your
slick.
face.
They slick.
That
They're
was
real
good.
slick.
That was good. That was better than Obama.
That much better. Here we go. The declaration may be an appeal to every upright conscience that rejects deplorable violence and blind extremism. An appeal to those who cherish the values and tolerance and fraternity that are promoted and encouraged by religions. They're good. It may be a witness to the great faith in God that unites the divided hearts and elevates the human soul. It's a sign of the closeness between East and West, North and South, between all who believe that God has created us to understand one another, cooperate with one another, and live as brothers and sisters who love one another, that we may seek that This is what we hope and seek to achieve with the aim of finding a universal peace that all can enjoy in this life. Not in God. Key point here. Now remember, God is where peace is, God is where unity is, but they're trying to tell you, no, 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 no. In each other. In each other. Fine. We know God exists and we know he created stuff. But remember, what he wanted us to do was to find peace here on earth with each other, believers and non-believers alike, because we are all one. Namaste. And so I'm trying to figure out, how does this pass? Well, you see, Muslims um, didn't sign on to this. A head of the Muslim territory signed on to this. And because the people that follow them listen to one person, whether you agree with it as a Muslim, and remember, you're in that faith, and Corey can correct me if I'm wrong, you don't just step out and disagree with the imam.
Oh no.
All right, that's a surefire way for you to get, okay? You don't just go step out and disagree with the Pope either. So they know they have their people by the throat when it comes to listening to what they have to say. This is why they can go out and make a treaty like this. And yes, it was warned, it was foretold, and this is how they issue in the person called the Antichrist. They convince people it's about, and you see, just Oprah did the same thing. Biden's doing the same thing. Obama did the same thing. Hillary does the same thing. Oneness, but outside of God. Oneness, God exists, yes, but oneness. Oneness. Accept everybody. Accept everything. Don't discriminate against people. That's judging.
TD Jakes.
T-
Oh, you know what's that dude name? Well,
Well,
you have to
I'm not
accept
trying to
everything.
judge you. I'm not trying to judge. I'm just telling you, you can do what you need to do. You know, I'm not trying to stop you now, brother. I'm just trying to tell you. Good old Osteen.
We got to come up with a name for the so-called Christians that's really Catholics and different things. Like a rhino,
Yeah. What would be a good name?
a do dirty.
I do.
Yeah, do dirty might fit. Yeah.
Oh, I don't get it, man. I don't get it. People, so if there are any, no, I'm
Huh?
not going to ask that question because I proved it to myself. I don't need to. I don't. What?
I don't know. Maybe that meant something else.
You are your own god and goddesses.
No, we misunderstanding. I think we are misunderstanding what that means. Trust me.
I please clarify that if
Yeah.
you. I'm confused about that statement myself. Um, I was going to ask a certain question, but then from what I've gathered, oh, so what? Yes,
Oh,
we are our own god and goddesses.
she doubled down on that. Double down, double. Woman. Okay. All right. I got a question for her. And I'm glad you answered fast. That was good. We appreciate that because most people say stuff and they run or whatever. But I do have a question for you. And it's a serious question, and I'm not being sarcastic. You obviously feel strongly about that because you doubled down and you doubled down fast and you was clear in your answer. And we love it because you answered the question. But I really wonder, and it's a very specific question for a very specific reason. One is, that's not what we believe here. And if you thought that, I guarantee you within 5 to 10 minutes of listening or even less, you realize that we don't. So my question is, why are you here? What is
Or
the purpose? Why are you here? Now, and that's not a me trying to get smart with you, but I really want to know if that's what you believe and we don't believe that and we're speaking highly against it. Why are you here? And I think I know the answer, but I want to see if I'm right.
but how? I just want to know how we are. Like, if we are, did I forget? Did I, I'm honestly, oh no, I might sound like a joke, but I'm dead serious. Like,
No, I know you will.
I get you've been studying, but you're not telling me how.
Yeah,
How am
what
I?
do what do you been studying have to do with it?
Yeah, but you're not answering our question. One,
I could
why you're here, and two, how? How are we gods and goddesses and don't act like gods and
you can study that Satan is God if you wanted to for 1,000 years, but God is still God.
God is still God?
Yeah. So what do you studying it have to do with you putting it on us and making? I mean, what do it have to do with you making that true? How is that true because you studied it? Break it down to us. That's a
Yeah.
good one. I want to know about. I want to know what you got to say about that. I mean, she answering. Okay, she gave an answer. I love you guys. That's why I'm here.
Okay,
Okay,
good. We love you too.
and trust me, we love you too. But that's like odd, Deborah. Listen, I want to. I'm glad you answered the questions. I really, and I'm not being sarcastic. I really admire that because a lot of people don't. They won't stand on what they stand on because they really obviously don't believe what they really saying. But you do, and I respect that.
Yeah.
But I plead with you to really think about that. And when you do, don't study. Please listen. The wrong thing to do. Now, I've been telling people this, but when I say it, they think I'm crazy. You don't have to study that stuff because the work has already been done for you. Now, there's nothing wrong with studying and learning and teaching at all. But sometimes people you might want to you studying too much. The work has been done. It's already been figured out. The spirit of God is in you, and it tells you, it gives you everything that you need. How and anybody that tells me that it don't, I would really love to know how do you came up with that because it came from God, right? Now, you saying that we God and goddesses. How did you? I mean, who made you God? Who made you a goddess or a god? Who gave you that? Who made you that? How did that happen? Yes. Okay, he's within us. Okay. So does that make you a god?
I, I, okay. Okay. I'm gonna ask the silly
Wow.
question, Corey. I'll ask the silly question. I'll be the one to do the dumb question. Okay. I'll do it.
You
I'll
gonna do
do
it.
it.
You're
I'll
gonna
do
take
it.
one for the team.
I'm gonna take one for the team.
Uh,
Um, if we do have God inside of us, all of us, um, explain evil.
wow. Marla, you
It's a
got
simple question.
I know, but you
Explain
gotta
evil.
but you gotta ask you a dumb question, please.
That is a dumb question.
No, that
Then
was a good one.
explain. Oh.
Yeah. Um, oh man.
Can you explain evil to me if we're all gods?
If we are gods, explain evil. If we are all gods, then evil wouldn't exist.
Or evil is of God?
Nuh-uh, I ain't gonna say that.
It got to be
I
one
mean,
of
yeah,
the
yeah,
two.
yeah. Listen, I agree with you 100%. I'm just scared to say it.
I'm reasoning through what she has apparently arrived at.
Well, no,
I'm
she's
trying to
thinking.
reason my way to.
No, it's thinking. I well, we will let her call in. Okay, listen. Let's
Mhm.
do this. Let's do this. We
One call, but it has
Yeah,
to be her.
yeah. Wow. We're going in a different direction here, but this is what we're gonna do. Because this may be something we need to cover, obviously. Now, see, that's the spirit of God moving, right? So this is an example of what I mean. So please, what's her name again, Marlon? What was her name?
Deborah,
Deborah.
if you're
Please.
still here.
Yeah, no, she's still here.
Okay.
Trust me, she's still here. She says she loves us, and she's listening. She believes what she's saying because she keep writing it. Deborah, please call 877-247-0737 and explain that. And it was another person that said it too, right?
Yeah.
What's their name?
We have
Or
free will and have God and the devil vying for our soul.
oh no, he might be yeah.
Yeah, I know what you talk about.
Hold on. Hello, what's your name and where you calling from?
Hello?
Hello.
Hey, Deborah.
Hello, Deborah.
Hello. Yes, let me
Is this
turn
Deborah?
off my volume.
Is this
Yes,
Deborah?
am I reaching
Wait, whoa, whoa,
the,
whoa, 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 whoa. Is this Deborah?
no, but I'm
Oh.
calling in response to Deborah's statement
All right, what's your name?
in support of
Okay,
her
what's your
statement.
name? What's your name? What's your name? Yeah.
My name is, sir, calm down.
No,
Your
okay.
tone.
All right. Deborah, can you please call in?
What do you mean? We weren't even upset.
Hey, you just called my show and took over.
You wouldn't even listen. Like we
Hello,
opened the
what's your
line
name?
for
Where you calling
Deborah.
from?
I'm calling from Las Vegas.
Okay, I said, what's your name?
I said my name is Dwight.
All right, now what do you want?
I'm calling in response to the conversation.
All right,
that's
all right,
taking
okay,
place.
but I mean,
That's what I want.
okay, I
motherfucker.
respectfully.
Man, the devil is out today, bro. We touched on their king today.
Oh man,
We touched on their king today.
I made a mistake and hung up on you, man. Go ahead and call back. Oh, there. Hold on. Here go Deborah. Probably.
We touched on their king.
Hello, Deborah. How you doing today? Hello. Yeah, you got to cut your phone and stuff off. We can't do that. You got to cut us off in the background and talk in the phone, please. Hello, what's your name and where you calling from?
Hey, how you doing?
All right,
I'm Dale. I'm from Ohio.
All right, Dale. Can you cut us down in the background? I think you already did.
Yeah, I just did.
I mean, we was looking for Deborah, but what's on your mind?
Hey, I just want to tell you guys I love your show. I watch it all the time. You guys really do some good work for the Lord, man. I just want to bless you. And but I got one question for you.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. You ever notice on your money drops, what do you call those, the super chats or whatever?
What about
Is it the system that does like I see a lot of 999? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it only gives you that option.
Yeah, you know. I mean, no, but I see where you're going with that. But why that option, right? I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. That's something to think about, right?
Yeah, because it has to do with numerology and all that stuff. You know,
absolutely.
You know?
Yeah. No, you bring a good point. We appreciate that.
But and I'm sure you guys know that. I hear you speaking truth all the time.
All right, man.
I just want to say, God bless you guys, and keep doing the good. Okay.
All right. Thanks.
Thank
we
you.
appreciate you pointing that out. Thanks.
All right, brother.
All right, yeah.
Mother.
Hey, that joker was hot, boy. I mean, you call here talking. I mean, come on, man. Don't call here. You ain't tough, man. You're a clown. Hello, what's your name and where you calling from?
Hello.
Can you cut us down? Can you cut us down in the background?
Hello.
You need to cut us down in the background, please. Whatever device you're calling on, cut it off, please.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Okay, hold on.
You still there?
Hello.
Oh, hold on. Here we go.
Hello.
Hello. What's your name and where you calling from?
Hey, this is David Sunny calling from California.
Hi.
Hi. Hey, what's on your mind?
Yeah, I'm sorry, it's not Deborah, but everyone else is calling. So yeah.
Yeah. Hey, one monkey get our line, and the rest of them do too. What's on your mind?
Well, what I was gonna ask Marlon if he could pull that picture up of that Hall, Francis Hall or whatever it is.
Uh-huh.
Sorry, I'm out of breath. I was in the middle of my workout. Now the picture where you can see the fangs, it looks like fangs, right? It's like
right.
In a chair, right?
Mm-hmm.
And where the Pope sits, that's where like the snake's tongue would be.
Tongue is, yep. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So that kind of says it all right there.
It's everything you need to know.
and then another thing, on the top, the roof, I believe those are solar panels. And we all know like snakes love the sun. So
yeah, snakes do. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
man.
I think this stuff's been going on. I mean, it told us in the Old Testament, the Canaanites, right? Was it?
Tell us what?
That they sacrificed kids and did all kinds of stuff. So this stuff's been going on forever.
Yeah, they multiple people did that. Yeah.
Yeah. And
right.
Yeah. All right, man.
But, I was just calling, man. I love the show. Y'all are doing good things. So,
all right,
God bless.
We appreciate it, brother. Thanks a lot. We appreciate it.
Yep.
I don't think Deborah's gonna call in, bro.
She might have, but everybody else start calling. I guess. Let's see. I'm trying to catch her. Hello, what's your name and where you calling from?
That's not her.
Hello.
Hello, what's your name and where you calling from?
How you doing? My name is Isaiah. I'm calling from Philadelphia.
All right, Isaiah, we can't hear you. You got a whole lot of noise in the background. Can you fix that?
All right, let me get away from these bombs. Yeah, I'm still around this kind of people drinking and smoking. Okay, how you doing?
All right, pretty
He
good.
said, get away from me.
I understand. I got people like that I used to be around too.
Oh, golly.
But I just wanted to say I love y'all, Corey and Marlon. I've been following y'all ever since y'all started, and I love the information you guys give. I grew up in the church playing the drums. That's been what I've been taught. My parents been taught and everything. But I always felt that it didn't feel right. They all hooping and hollering, jumping around. I thought something was wrong with me.
Mm-hmm.
So as I grew up and got older, started studying on my own. It seemed like we was being lied to as a people. You know what I'm saying? 1% of the population knows what's going on. I have a pineal gland in my forehead I didn't know about. That's my direct connection with God, my intuition and all things like that.
You got what in your forehead?
And then a pineal gland, you got to look it up. It's in the middle of your forehead. It's a gland that they never taught you about in a health class or anything.
Yeah. Hey, bro,
it's like a GPS guy put in your forehead. He knows where you know the GPS is.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't put a GPS in our forehead, bro. Listen. Now,
well, you got to do some research.
No. I don't have to research. The research.
You mean third eye?
You got to be open-minded sometimes.
You mean third eye? You mean the third eye?
Yes. It's called the third eye, but the word for it is pineal gland. You can look it up.
Oh, yeah, pineal gland. Okay.
But what I'm saying is that it's calcified through it's a lot of fluoride we use. Like that's why when fluoride toothpaste came out about the 80s, something like that. I remember my mother coming home saying, "We're going to start using fluoride toothpaste." So, bro, using it all that time.
Bro, huh? We don't believe in third eyes, man.
You don't believe in what?
3 eyes.
Okay, I don't know. You still, man, there's a lot of closed-minded people like Deborah. I love you, man.
Yeah, we love you too. We love you too.
You got some good information, man.
Yeah, I understand. Hey, man, but we appreciate it. But just keep it real with you. We're not interested in talking about 3 eyes here. But keep supporting, man. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, thanks a lot. Thanks, brother. All right. Yeah. I don't know about no 3 eyes.
I don't know about Deborah calling in, but Deborah not calling in.
I guess she's not gonna do it.
She didn't even come back and chat to tell us that she was trying to call.
Let's try one more time. Hello, what's your name and where you calling from?
Los Angeles, California.
Oh, she ain't gonna call. What's on your mind?
I'd like to comment in regards to Deborah's comment.
All right, what was your name again, though?
From California.
You want to run?
My name is my name is Steve.
Okay.
Steve. Hi, Steve.
Hi, Steve. All right, what's on your mind, Steve?
Hey, guys. I just wanted to comment regarding Deborah's phone call.
Okay.
About her comment about kings, gods, and goddesses. I understood what she was saying. I understood very clearly what she was saying. I'm a 68-year-old social science major.
Yep, I bet you
do.
And
that doesn't mean anything other than I've spent a great deal of my time studying the human condition.
It means nothing.
And the institutions that go along with being a human being.
It means nothing.
And what she was referring to is the fact that we do produce life through us. Her understanding of the term God and goddess may be totally different, but just as factual as your perception from as Black. And I know you're human beings. I don't do race.
I do.
But
we do race.
We do race. Species. I know you do.
Yeah.
Because some people
it's real.
do.
Yeah, because it's real. Yeah, because it's real.
Some people do.
Okay, hold on. Let me ask you a question real quick.
Yes, sir.
If you walking down the street and a guy come up and rob you, bust you across the head and rob you, and you call the police come, are you going to say, oh, that was a white dude or that was a black dude? Or are you going to just say, oh, that was just a person?
Some people will.
No, I'm talking. I didn't ask about some people. I'm asking about you.
Me?
You.
If the officer asks me for a specific description, that means the officer believes in the concept.
I didn't ask you about the
So
officer. I
in
said,
order
what
for
would
me-
you say?
I would probably tell him the same thing I'm telling you right now.
Oh, it was just a guy.
Depending on his ability to understand.
Oh, okay, okay.
First of all, I don't know if the officer understands.
Okay,
what I
you dancing, you
understand.
lying, so we can move on to the next subject. Go ahead.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, how do you? Okay, let's be frank here. You're telling me you would
No,
not be
Corey,
able to tell the
Corey.
police what race the person is because you don't think he'd understand race?
You're not paying attention. I think I'm being fair in my explanation, but you're not listening. So let me try to make it clearer. I said that if the officer asks me for description, I don't know the officer. It depends on what he needs.
Hey man,
okay,
thanks for
yeah,
calling
you're
in, bro.
right.
Thanks for calling in, man. I mean, we don't want to keep.
I mean, I'm trying to figure out how you wouldn't tell him what description of the person is. That's the most obvious descriptor.
Yeah, that was a dumb conversation, bro. It was.
I
dumb.
mean, y'all might think we rude, but if you ain't gonna answer a question because you don't want to act like you're not giving in to our point of view, it's not even giving in. It's a pretty obvious question. Was he
Right.
black?
Yes,
Well,
sir.
I'll only tell him that if he asked me what he was. Now, he did. He said, describe him. You gonna tell me he not gonna tell him he's black or he white or he Hispanic? Come on, people. Come on, man.
Yeah, that was.
Come on. At some point, you have to understand something. There are obvious things in life. Was he fat? Yeah. Was he
Right.
skinny? Yeah. You gonna just tell me, well, it was a male. How tall? I don't know. Because I don't want to judge the guy by his height. Was he heavy? No.
It was just a guy.
Because I don't want to fat shame him or skinny shame him. Was he black? I don't know because I don't want to just judge him by the color. Like, come on, people. At some point, you got to understand something that obvious things are obvious. Right? They're just obvious. Okay. And if you can't be obvious, then you're not going to be able to handle truth.
You guys are very rude to others. Are
That's
others
okay,
very
then.
rude to us? Well, then if you don't like it, leave. Now, how about that rude for rude?
I don't get how you guys can think we're rude when we just simply ask a question and you beating around the bush to answer the question.
Right.
How difficult is it to answer a yes or no question or was he black question? You're going to tell me you don't. What color are we sitting on the screen here?
Hold the
We
line,
white?
Corey.
Come on, man.
Hello, what's your name and where you calling from?
My name's Jeff. I'm calling from Indiana. What's happening, man?
What's happening, Jeff? How you feeling, man?
I'm just calling about how you guys feel about the Council of Nicaea and what happened with 150 hand-picked Roman bishops, how it manipulated the Christian Judeo belief system, and how that foundation changed everything from that day on. I want to know how y'all feel about that.
How about you do this? Do us a favor. Just ask us what you really want to know, or what you getting at. It'd be easier.
How do you feel about the Council of Nicaea?
I don't.
And how it was
Nicaea? The Council of Nicaea. Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm just
I'm asking for clarifications. Is it the Council of Nicaea where they got together and decided what they would put in the so-called biblical books? And the creed, the Nicene Creed and all that stuff?
The foundation of the New Testament was built on 150 hand-picked Roman bishops that behind closed doors were picked by Constantine. How do you feel how that brings into question the whole entire Christian theistic belief system? And I don't mean no disrespect. I'm just asking how you guys feel about that with regard to the Catholic belief system and the Council of Nicaea.
It doesn't affect anything. God's proven out his stuff countless times through the book. The book doesn't solidify anything. God solidifies it. What?
I bet you are.
What's that? What do you say?
He gonna step back and get off the line because he don't have nothing else to say.
I don't see how any of that has to do with what God does on his own merit. Like,
and I'll give you my answer. My answer is I don't feel nothing about it.
Okay, let me put it to you this way. Does God have a voice outside of the book that we call the Bible? And the answer is yes. He has a voice outside of that because what he does is verifies everything through the author of the book. Whether or not they left a book out here or left a book out here for historical purposes, it doesn't change how he talks to me directly. Like at all, it doesn't change anything. God proved himself to me a long time ago without the need for a council. The Pope didn't talk to me. 172 people didn't talk to me. No council came talking to me. God himself came and talked to me. Why? Because he opened up that avenue after Christ came. I don't need a council to tell me that. That was solidified for me through the man himself. So I'm not worried about what some people said about, oh, you can only see this book. I don't need it. Look, the book is there. It's there. I read it. Trust me, I read it. Love it. You know who solidifies what's in that book, whether it's real or not? The author. Because I have access to the author. I've told you guys countless times. I talked to Corey, talked to the author. We talked to the author himself. I'm not going to read somebody's dissertation about the book or a book report about the book. I'm going to ask the author about the book.
Yeah.
Like, how difficult is that? The Pope don't control that.
Wow.
He just doesn't.
We got another call. Let's see what they say. Hello, caller. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, my name is Liz. I'm calling from Indiana.
Okay, Liz, what's on your mind?
In Indiana.
I want to know what's on your mind. You guys let me know, because I used to be Catholic and I hear all this stuff and it makes my blood boil. I just, my heart aches for how I was deceived, and I have become now almost like an apologetic. I know that the enemy works through churches, and man, it's like all these Catholics don't even question truth. Jesus says, I'm the way, the truth, and the life. Nobody goes to the Father but by me. And those are his words. Right there itself. Catholics, why do they go to Mary? Why do they go to saints? Like, I'm Mexican, I'm half Mexican, and my aunt asked me once, you stop praying to Our Lady of Guadalupe? I said, yeah, because that's Satan and drag.
Right.
Okay, and I love Francois Pearson. I'm from like Indiana, Chicago, right there, and like all I want to do is expose truth. And the whole thing is they don't have access to Bibles. If they did, if I did, we would not even pray to anyone other than Jesus.
That's right.
It's all him. He's the savior. He don't need no secretary.
Right.
I like that.
Like, okay, and like I used to go to confession, and like the priest would be like, "Oh, whatever penance, Mary, one Hail Mary, two Our Fathers, and whatever," and I'd be like, "Oh, I forgot what he just said. Am I forgiven? Oh man, now I'm not forgiven." Or like, you know, after Lent, the Bible says that we should not like abstain from certain foods, and like we were never meant to be celibate. So like for Lent, if I accidentally ate chicken, I was like, oh man, God is so mad at me. Like God doesn't want us to have that. That's why he gave us his truth. But it's just, they don't have the Bible, God's word.
That's right.
So you ask me anything, I've been studying eschatology and end times, and just, you ask me anything and I'll tell you, because I know Mother Teresa, that's evil. There's stuff going down at the Vatican that's evil.
Yeah.
So, got any questions for me?
Nope.
No, we're good.
No, we appreciate you calling in, though. Thanks for support, too.
So, I appreciate you guys, and I appreciate you exposing truth.
All right. Thank you very much.
People need to know this.
Yeah.
They do.
And you guys are light to the world.
All right. Thanks a lot. We really appreciate that.
Love you guys. Bye.
Love you too. Bye-bye.
I do.
Hold on. Wait. Hey, big bitch. Talk what you know. Testify what he'll say. You talk about God like you sit to the last supper with his son Jesus. Big bitch.
I talk to him like he wants me to talk to him. Okay. Look. I really don't know how else to explain this to people. I'll do it one more time. When Jesus came, he opened up the innermost court where you could commune with God. He opened that up because he was a sacrifice that allowed that place to be open to you if you went through him to get there. Okay. I went through there to get there. I went through him to get there. It opened it up for me to talk directly to my creator. Directly. If I had questions, he could answer them for me. If I needed direction, he could lead me. If I needed breaks, he could apply them. So yeah, I am having a direct conversation with the author himself. Why? Because he told me I can. Okay, that's all I need to know. Is it rocket science or something?
Yes, to some people, yes.
Apparently it's rocket science.
Hello, caller. What's your name and where you calling from?
Hi, Corey. This is Eloise. I'm calling from Georgia.
Hello, how you doing?
I was calling to say, and hi, Marlon as well. Hi.
Hi.
I was calling to say I used to follow this YouTube creator, and she had exposed this about Mother Teresa and the Pope a long time ago. Every time she gets a YouTube channel, it gets taken out. So I know y'all know a lot about that, but she also exposed a striking resemblance between Fauci and Mother Teresa.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that.
I'm not gonna go into details.
Yeah, no, we're gonna cover that
Yeah.
probably sometime next week.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that right
Okay,
there.
great.
Yeah.
Okay, great. And I want to say y'all doing a wonderful job and keep up the good work. I love you guys, and I watch you all daily. I love you guys. I
All right.
can't wait when y'all come on. So I just wanted to let you know that.
All right, we
Thank you.
appreciate it. We love you too. Thanks a lot.
Thanks. Bye
Bye-bye.
bye.
Yeah. So listen, ladies and gentlemen, that was we had some amazing calls. I know some people think that we got distracted or thrown off, but that's just how God moves sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So we're happy with the results and how it went. And we were right in saying that we were probably going to need 2 shows. See, that's how God moved. So we're just walking with him. So this is where it went and this is where it goes. Go ahead, Marlon.
Not just that. I want people to understand how this works. When we attack the kingpins of the devil's workshop, I mean, when we go after the kingpins, you see what happens?
Yeah.
Do you see how quickly they came out? They might as well have had fangs and wings and flames around their head. Because one guy came on to cuss, like
He said, mother,
like really? When you talk and you expose their gods, their demigods, their little sycophants, they get mad as all get out because you shouldn't be trying to tell them and tell the world about the evil. They don't like it.
Yeah, it's nuts. So we got more to give you on this. So this is what we're gonna do. We might, and we'll talk about this backstage, but we might come on Sunday, or we might just wait till Monday. But we will do a part 2. Our next show will be more likely to be a part 2 of this because we got much more to give you and much more to discuss. So just keep in mind, you'll see the same thumbnail with to be continued or part 2, and we will continue this conversation because it's a good conversation and it's very productive. You know what I'm saying? So we like where it took us and we're happy with that. So we embrace what God is doing here. So we will see you all Monday or Sunday. Just stay tuned. So in order to catch it, this is all you got to do. Subscribe to the channel,
Notification bell,
and hit the notification bell, and you will be the first to know when we go live. Did y'all like that? That was all right. But just do it. Seriously, do that, and then you will know. But we will be back to finish this conversation. And we got some more heat coming up. It was another one, Marlon. I forgot that we're supposed to announce. Oh, and we're gonna talk about David Cohen next week too. Mike Cohen.
Yeah, Mike Cohen.
It's a lot. It's a lot to this Mike Cohen thing that's going on. That's
some that some people don't know.
Yeah, President Trump's former attorney. We got a lot of information on that. I mean, some stuff that only we got. And I know this for a fact. I got some stuff that only we got. We got some stuff that only we got, and we're gonna present that to you next week also. So make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit that notification bell. We will see you all when we see you. We appreciate you tuning in, and remember, wake up before you go to sleep. Peace. We out of here.